Hi listeners, hopefully you are fine. Today we discuss about the wonderful ideas about the formulas of the mathematics. These formulas are very used in our daily common life and ever industrial revolutions or other school aspects, universities and other things. We all use these formulas. These are very common. And in the next few videos we will lots of more discuss about the new formulas of mathematics. So first we will discuss about the mathematics. In the mathematics, a formula generally referred to be a identity which equates one mathematical expression to another, with the most important ones being the mathematical theorems. Synthetically, a formula often referred to as a well-formed formula is an entity which is constructed using the symbols and the formation rules of the given logical language. For example, determining the volume of the sphere requires a significant amount of the integral calculus or its geometrical analog. The method of extraction, however, having done is once in terms of the some parameters, the radius of example. Mathematics has produced a formula to describe the volume of a sphere in the terms of its radius. For example, V is equal to 4 over 3 in Lemma r over r in power 3. Having obtained this result, the volume of any sphere can be computed as long as its radius is known. Here notice that the volume V and the radius R are expressed as a single letters instead of words of the phrase. This convention, while less important in a relatively simple formula, means that mathematicians and can more quickly manipulate formulas which can larger and more complex. Mathematical formulas are often algebraic, analytical, or in closed form. In general context, formulas are manufactured of the mathematical models real world phenomena and as such can be used to provide solution or approximate solution to real world problems, with some being more general than other. For example, in the formula F is equal to ma. In this expression, the Newton's second law, and it is applicable to the wide range of the physical situation. Other formulas such as the use of the equations of the sine curve to model the movement of the tides in the bay may be created of the solve the particular problem. In all cases, however, formula from the basis of the calculations expressions are distinguished from the formulas in that they cannot contain an equal sign. Expression can be likened to the phrases the same way formulas can be likened to the grammatical sentences. If we discuss about the chemical formulas in modern chemistry, a chemical formula is very expressing information about the proportions of the atoms that can constitute a particular chemical compound. Using a single line of the chemical element symbol, number, and some things other symbols such as the parentheses, brackets, and plus and the minus signs. For example, H2O is the chemical formula for the water, specifying that each molecule consists of the two hydrogen atoms and the oxygen atom. Similarly, O3 denotes and the ozone molecule consisting of the three oxygen atoms and the net negative charge. A chemical formula identifies each constitution element by its chemical symbol, the and indicates the proposition numbers of the atoms of the each element. In empirical formulas, these proportions being with the key of the element and then assigned number of the atoms of the other elements in the compound as ratio of these elements. For molecular compounds, these ratio numbers can always be expressed as a whole numbers. For example, the empirical formula of the ethanol may be written C2H6O, and because the molecules of the ethanol all contain two carbon atoms, six hydrogen atoms, and one oxygen atom. Some types of the ionic compounds, however, cannot be written in an empirical formula which contains only the whole numbers. An example is a boron carbide, whose formula of the CBN is a variable non-whole number ratio with a ranging from the 4 to more than 6.5. When the chemical compound of the formula consists of the simple molecules, chemical formulas often implies ways to suggest the structure of the molecule. There are several types of these formulas, including molecular formulas and condensed formula. A molecular formula enumerates the number of atoms to reflect those in the molecule, so that the molecular formula for the glucose is C2H12O6 rather than the glucose empirical formula which is CH2O. Except for the very simple substances, molecule chemical formulas generally lack needed structural information and might even end and ambiguous in occasions. A structure formula is a drawing that shows the location for each atom and which atom is bent to. For example, like H. If we time 4H and then we call the H into C, 4 times C's, and then the first word is in the first word is H and the last word is H. Then we make some conclusion. The 4 C's were basically in low form H, 4 times H, and upper side the 4 times H. Okay. In computing, a formula typically describes as calculations such as addition to be performed to the one or more variables. Variables are those numbers which are changeable. A formula is often implicitly provided in the form of the computer instructions such as like degrees Celsius, like 5/9, degrees Fahrenheit, like 32 minus 32. In computer spreadsheet software, a formula indicating how to compute the value of the cell, say A3, could be written as like A is equal to A1 plus A2, where A1 and A2 refer to the other cells column and row 1 or 2 within the spreadsheet. This is a shortcut of the paper from the A3 is equal to A1 plus A2, where A3 is by the convention omitted because the result always stored in the call itself, making the stating of the name redundant. If we discuss about the units, formulas used and the sciences almost require the choice of the unit. Formulas are used to express relationship between the various quantities such as temperature, mass, or change in physics, supply, profit, or demand in economics, or a wide range of the other quantities in other disciplines. And an example of the formula used in the science of the Boltzmann entropy formula in statistical thermodynamics. It is a probability equation relating between the entropy as for the ideal gas to be a quantity W, which is the number of the microstate corresponding to the given macrostate. S is equal to K dot log W. Or we say that S is equal to K into W, where K is the Boltzmann's constant, equal to the 1.38062 multiplied by 10 raised power minus 23 joule our Kelvin, and W is number of the microstates consist with the given microstate. Okay listeners, so hopefully you like my videos about the mathematical formulas, and we will discuss about the more formulas in the next few videos. So if you like my video, please subscribe me. Okay, goodbye.